So guys, I want us to discuss the examination timetable that has been released last week. So it's very important to know your timetable as early as possible, because your final examination, guys, is the final results that is going to count where are you going next year. So let's make sure that we watch all this video, because I'm going to explain to you how you should treat this difficulty timetable and what should you do from now on. Okay, I'm gonna explain the issue of how do they treat the CAS mark, because some of you still don't understand how CAS mark calculated and so on and so on. Okay, so let's start in this way. I'm gonna show it on the screen there, the timetable. Okay, so we are going to start on 30 October until 12 of December, but some of you, of course, you are going to write until November. It depends on the subject that you are doing. Okay, so on 30 of October, of course, everyone is going to write, because it's English. Some of you are going to write English as a home language. Some of you are going to write English as a first additional language. So it's paper one. It's paper one. Okay, you're going to write at 9 o'clock. Then I think the subject on the same day of 30, the one that is going to be written at 2 o'clock, I don't think you are part of those one. Hindi, Telugu, and so on and so on. I don't think those who are watching this video, they are doing those subjects. So we are not going to talk about those one. Okay, then again, then on Tuesday, those who are doing commercial subject, you are going to write economics paper one, which is 2 hours. You're going to write at 9 o'clock. All right, as you can see, guys, English is also important, because there is no university that is going to admit you if you have less than 50 in English. So it's not only economics, guys, that is going to be very important. Even English, because if you don't have 50, guys, as a minimum, they're not going to select you. So please, let's make sure that we master all this subject. Okay. Then from there, on Wednesday, there we have those who are doing Africans. They're going to write Africans. And on Thursday, a history paper one, which is 3 hours. Then we also have engineering at 2. I don't think a majority of you are doing this one. Then on Friday, you are going to write mathematics or maths literacy paper 1. It's Friday at 9 o'clock. So you can, as you can see, this timetable, guys, it's very tough one. It's very tough one, especially if you are not prepared. Guys, remember, when you write your trial, we assume that you already covered all the chapters for all the subject that you are doing. So you have to make sure that when you write your trial, you are just doing a revision. Don't start because the examination is starting next week. You are not going to make it when it comes to metric. Let me tell you something about the paper for metric. The one that you are writing from March, June, and the trial one is a province, it's a provincial paper. So the person who said that some of them, like March, the one that you wrote on March, I think it's a district, that one. So it's not the same person who is going to set the paper. So please make sure that when you prepare yourself to write your metric for final examination, please make sure that you try to check the previous final examination papers, not the one that you write during the year, because you can find that that person who is sitting during the year is not using the same technique or the structure that the final examiner is going to use. So you have to be aware of that, guys. You have to be very aware of that. If you can compare the paper that has been written last year during the year and the final exam one, you can see that there is a gap. There's a gap, and when it comes to techniques, so you have to make sure that, guys, please use the previous papers. It's very, very important when you are preparing for final examination. Even your textbook, guys, the textbook is for classwork. Don't use it much when you are preparing for final examination. Make sure that you use previous papers. Lucky enough, guys, if you can check all over the YouTube channel, we have a different people who are assisting people with those papers. So I know that sometimes even if you have a memorandum, it can be difficult to answer those questions. But if you can check on YouTube, you can find some of the videos. Okay, then on the following week, you are going to write a mathematics paper 2 or a math literacy paper 2. So when it comes to mathematics, what I can say is that normally it depends on the subject that you are doing. If you are doing science, of course, maths is very, very important. You have to pass. But if you are doing something like a commercial subject, it can happen that you fail mathematics and you still get admitted to do a degree. But it's not all other degrees that you can do without mathematics. You will have some limit. So you also have to make sure that you practice. Other than that, you have to remember that there is a point that will be counted when you prepare your final examination. You have to know that there's a point that will be needed when you get admitted to university. So let's make sure that we get at least, if the subject is difficult, guys, you must get at least 40, because if you get 30, it's 0 point. They're not going to count it. So please, let's make sure that we try to master. Okay, then we have on Tuesday, we have economics paper 2 at 12, history paper 2. Okay, the rest of the timetable, guys, I will just pop it on the screen so that you can see and screenshot, so that you can start preparing yourself. We have a business study. We have accounting you're going to write on 11 on Thursday, which is paper 1 in the morning. Okay, guys, so especially for subject that you are going to write at 2 o'clock, please don't prepare in the morning. It's a trap. Please make sure that when you sleep, you are ready, you are done with everything. Don't try to prepare in the morning, because you are going to complicate things. So please make sure that you prepare everything as early as possible. Don't try to prepare in the morning. Okay, then paper 2 we are going to write on Friday. Okay, for accounting, then and so on and so on. Yeah, I will just pop it on the screen so that you can see the entire timetable. Please, let's make sure that we share this video with others, guys. Subscribe to this channel and also like this video so that it can reach many people as possible, so that everyone who is doing a matric, they are aware that the final examination timetable is out and they must start preparing as early as possible. So I hope the video was useful. I will see you on the next one, guys.